Hey, this is Dani. The channel is You and Me Living Free. There is so much I want to talk to you about today, and I don't even have enough film to, I don't have enough pictures and enough videos to play while I want to talk to you, but I'm going to do my best. So I'm going to let pictures play in the background, and I'm just going to tell you about this. So I've been on the road over a year. I am looking for a nomad job right now for fully remote work, preferably in the marketing field, but I'm open to everything. So as part of my quest, you know, if you've been following me, you know, a lot of the last over a year I have spent solo, and I wanted to get some new friends. I also wanted to make sure those friends also were maybe working age people and people who were already doing it, kind of living a remote lifestyle. Exactly what I want to do. I wanted to be around people who were already doing it, right? So anytime we have a goal, that's a wonderful thing because it reinforces for you that it's possible. And then real life, I wanted to possibly meet some friends who do it. I also want to see exactly how they do it. Exactly how do you get internet on a consistent basis? Exactly how do you set up, you know, your van for work and all of that. So I wanted all that insider information. I wanted some new friends. Also, when I looked at the convergences on the website, those locations, the Salida, Colorado one fit perfectly in with my plans because I had already planned on going to Colorado Springs before this, and so knew I was gonna be in the area or could be in the area, so it worked perfectly. I joined a club called Xscapers. Xscapees.com. Escapees are mostly retired people, but they have another branch of that RV club called Xscapers, Xcapers, and they are working age people who also work and travel and get together. So that's what I wanted to do. I joined for like $49 or $47 for the overall club, and then I paid $200 to go to this specific convergence, this specific event, which lasted a little over a week, I think, and was well worth it. So I'll tell you overall impressions of Xscapers and the convergence, and then I will tell you about working remotely and what I found and how I made new friends. Okay, so here are a few just screenshots from the app. So each convergence has its own app that you download. It has a full schedule. There's all kinds of stuff. There are official events, and then there are events that are put on by members, just things like four-wheeling, and there was all kinds of stuff. You can see from this that there is a huge variety. There's a ton of stuff to do, and that was actually really delightful. So some of the events were really fun. And, well, I didn't go to a single event that wasn't fun. This was us at a scavenger hunt. So basically, everyone you'll see their faces clearly are people I have permission to have in my video. If I don't have someone's permission, I don't like to put a real close-up of someone's face on. So that's why I didn't take a ton of group pictures at these events, because, you know, these aren't people who are all, you know, I'm not talking to every single person I see asking them if it's okay if they're in my video. So I didn't include a lot of those pictures, but here's me four-wheeling with a couple of people who were just nice enough to let me tag along in the back seat. It was extraordinary. It was so much fun. But I met the greatest people. So here's what you do at the Xscapers Convergence. First of all, they had the opening night. They got all of us solo travelers together, and we had to all introduce ourselves and stuff. And I loved this because so many of the people who are in groups and things like that are couples, you know, and are families. So there was so much of that. And as a solo traveler, I loved being introduced to all the other solo travelers, so that it just made it easier, because we knew, like for the scavenger hunt, for example, if you're part of a couple, you already know someone you can be in a group with. You're walking in solo, especially like me, I am an introvert. We have talked about this before, but you know I am an introvert, and it is very hard in social situations to kind of introduce myself and to meet new people and to be part of a big group. There were probably 150, 180 people at this convergence, but every single place I went, they made me feel so welcome. Even if I walked in alone and felt awkward and weird, there would always be someone who would be at a table, say, hey, come on over. Is this your first time? My name is so-and-so, but they were the most welcoming, inclusive, friendly people. I can't say enough about the people, and the spot was so well chosen. If you've seen my last video, you know I love Salida. That's where the event was. So I'll just let some pictures of the events go and some of my friends, and they'll run, and I'll tell you about the people that I met and stuff. In addition to just being some of the nicest people I've ever met, and definitely the nicest group of people I've ever had in one place, honestly. And so here's what they do for remote work, though. A couple things I was really interested to learn, and maybe you will be too. So a lot of people, what I found is they weren't all remote workers before COVID hit. These people mostly, a lot of them, had their jobs before COVID hit, and then they went remote. So they were already campers, they were already RVers, they were already kind of into that life. But then when COVID hit, they decided they could go out for longer jobs, for longer trips, and just work remotely. So a lot of them kind of have made this transition, and a couple even mentioned having to go back to work in the coming months and wouldn't be RVing near as much because they were going back to work. There was nothing, also when I signed up for Xscapers, one of the reasons I signed up is because there's a job board specifically for remote workers. And I found, though, this was the only really disappointing thing, is that this job board for remote workers was moot because there are only 2 jobs listed, and they're both stuff you wouldn't really want to do. So that was a moot point, but I did meet plenty of people doing it. Another thing I found interesting is that so many of them have Starlink. Almost, if you look down a row of these RVs, it was like a big long row of Starlink. And when I asked people how they felt about it and everything, they said it's a game changer. A couple had technical difficulties here and there, but overall, very, very positive reviews. And I'm trying to think if there's anything I can squeeze in here at the last second. I guess there's not. I guess I don't have time to tell you really anything else. Maybe I will work it in some other way, but I just want to say thanks for being here. Hopefully that gives you a little taste. If you put questions down in the comments, I will answer them, or maybe I'll even do another video. If a lot of people have questions, I'll do another video and answer them all. I'm showing the screen for anybody who does join Xscapers. They have a thing for referral. So I don't know what little thank you they'll give me for referrals or anything, but I put my SKP down. That's how you note that you know, that someone told you about it or referred you or whatever. So anyway, so that's all I've got for you. Until next time, bye-bye.